First up, we have Sally Mae, white trailer trash. Sally Mae is dirt poor and was raised in the backseat of a pickup truck.
It was a Ford and made in America, thank you very much.
Where she listened to country music and learned how to spell important words she would need later in life, like
D-I-V-O-R-C-E.
Her hair is bleached a perfect white and boofed to high heaven. All her clothes are skin tight with polyester ruffle trim. This doll comes with a companion redneck male. Sorry, every one of them happens to be the wrong kind of guy.
Oh, except Bob, I should not have let him get away.
But we guarantee that Sally Mae will love him forever. Her removable heart is made to be continually broken and put back together. If she's lucky, no other part of her will get busted. Her ambition is to someday solve her problems on the Jerry Springer show. Sally Mae comes with a falling down trailer and a pretend meal consisting of Spam, chips, cheese whiz, and ketchup.
Yum.
Thank you, Sally Mae.
Thank you.
The Yummy Mummy. There was a 1980s children's cereal character called the Yummy Mummy. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about Jada Pinkett Smith, Reese Witherspoon. A Yummy Mummy is sexy, even when she's pregnant. You know, and after the baby is born, she instantly fits her pregnancy clothes, miniskirts, and bikinis included. Ah! Premature baby! She wouldn't be caught in those slaps. See that? Yep. Alright. She's the opposite of the tired, tramped, unkept housewife who spent long hours serving her husband and kids and never has time for her children. How does the Yummy Mummy do it? How else? There you go.
And next up we have Teresa, the good Catholic girl. Teresa carries around so much guilt that we've hidden a button under her school uniform that, when pushed, apologizes for everything, including world poverty. Teresa is obedient, loyal, self-effacing, suffering, dignified, and respectful. But take off that plaid uniform and make sure her parents aren't around, and Terry will do anything, and we mean anything, that a male, boyfriend, or priest asks her. Lay her down and she becomes a convenient doormat for her husband forever, since her religion also forbids divorce. Also available in virginal white communion dress to remind her that even at 7, she's the bride of Christ. Comes in Asian American, Latina, and African American versions with hair and complexions to match. Warning: due to manufacturing flaw related to real-life Catholics in the U.S., 97% of Teresa dolls will use contraceptives sometime in their lives, and 87% will make up their own minds about having an abortion. Some dolls may even join rebellious Catholic groups like Dignity or turn into lesbians. Sorry, no returns or refunds, but get your Teresa doll today.
And now we have our biker chick. It's hard to talk about biker chicks without starting with bikers, who got their outlaw image on July 4th, 1947, at an American Motorcycle Association rally in Hollister, California. The girls wore tight sweaters and slacks and rode on the back of guys' bikes. They were young, beautiful sex bots hanging off the back of bikes, keeping the man warm at night. Biker clubs and gangs sprang up to embody the biker stereotype. Sometimes for real and sometimes just for show, they are still going strong today. Any club worth its wheels has a beauty pageant to promote the biker chick ideal. This pageant chick, also immortalized Bikers magazines, is tall, with long straight hair, and huge, perhaps surgically enhanced breasts. Posed in leather lingerie on a big machine, she's usually surrounded by groups of today's bikers, average age over 40, with graying ponytails and beer bellies. She's a fantasy. Who could ride a bike dressed like that?
And here we have Butch, a lesbian who is culturally defined, masculine female. This can mean anything from wearing male clothing to talking and acting like a guy to being interested in male-identified jobs and sports. Some are drawn to fighting and carrying guns, which may or may not be sexually aggressive. There are many shades of Butch, from soft Butch to Butchy woman to the most masculine Butch of all, the Stone Butch. Stone Butches sometimes pass for men and often think of themselves as a gender all their own. A synonym is the diesel dyke. Some decide to have operations and change their biological sex. Some don't. There are lots of stories of cross-dressing saints throughout history who might have qualified as butch, the most famous being Joan of Arc. But social historians argue that it wasn't until the late 19th century that the term butch was born. Women in Boston marriages weren't butch. They dressed the part of proper society ladies and lived among the heterosexual world with little prejudice. But working-class women who wanted to live in same-sex partnerships had to work to support themselves to earn a living wage. This meant working jobs usually held by men. To do that, many ran away from their homes and backgrounds and disguised themselves as men. Some fought in wars as soldiers. Some spent their entire lives as men. Historians believe that masculine behavior and dress of the modern butch evolved from these individuals. And then we have the bull dyke. First started as boondagger or bull dagger, African-American slang for a tough, aggressive black lesbian. Featured prominently in the lyrics of blues songs from the 1920s like the B.D. Woman's Blues sung by Bessie Jackson.
Next we have Rosa, the hot tamale. Rosa is a hot-blooded Latina who loves to dance to loud salsa music. She is short and has dark hair and a fiery disposition. Push her hidden buttons and she's in your face, ready to engage in a verbal fistfight. Before you can say, arroz a frijoles? Rosa has a passionate and flirtatious nature, which makes all the Anglo boys think she's easy. But mess with her and her macho father, together with all her brothers and cousins, will be on your case in a nanosecond. Rosa's family might be poor, but they all work together and help provide for each other. Maybe this explains why Latinas are starting their own businesses at a rate 4 times faster than the rest of the population.
Next we have Daddy's Girl. A daddy's girl is the apple of her father's eye, and she's proud of it. Daddy is so wonderful and important, and she is so special to receive his attention.
Daddy! I want to go shopping.
Here's my phone. Here's my debit card.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
On the surface, the idea of a daddy's girl is innocent, but scratch the veneer and all sorts of forbidden meanings, obsessions, and even sexual implications emerge. Do an internet search for daddy's girl and up come hundreds of porno sites displaying underage girls. In the 1930s, Cole Porter wrote, "My heart belongs to daddy." We're not sure whether the song refers to an actual father or to a lover. Which brings us back to the daddy's girl, mama's boy dichotomy. The same culture that celebrates the affection between a father and daughter ridicules the loving involvement of a mother with her son. Is this a backhanded approval of male privilege? Is it some kind of unconscious acceptance of the history of father-daughter sexual abuse? In an age when sexual abuse by parents is no longer a dirty family secret, what are we to make of the daddy's girl with its many shades of interpretation? The Guerrilla Girls believe a new term is needed to describe the healthy affection of a father for her daughter. And while we're at it, let's rehabilitate the mama's boy too and invent a brand new stereotype to describe the positive influence of a mother's love on her male children.
And next up we have Nazreen, the good Muslim wife. Unfortunate Nazreen, her father couldn't find a rich man to marry her, so he shipped her out to a fundamentalist who keeps her silent, repressed, invisible, and illiterate. Practically all you can see of her under those robes are her sad, sad eyes. She would never dream of demanding an education, a job, or any rights at all. But she does dream of having a son or daughter who will become a suicide bomber. Comes with brightly colored burqa or somber chador. Beneath, dress her any way you like. Buy Nazreen today.
Up next, we have Lauren, the Jewish American princess. Lauren's wealthy parents have treated her like royalty since the day she was born, and she expects you to do the same. Lauren is high maintenance and high costs. She wants lots of material things, and does she know how to get them? Lauren is not one of those girls who suffer from low self-esteem. Lauren comes with a collection of shopping bags from every top fashion designer, a date book that includes weekly hair and nail appointments, and a retractable nose job with 3 different and unique variations. She's programmed with an adorable selection of Jewish princess jokes. Example, what does a Jewish princess make for dinner? Reservations. Now we know there are feminist historians who said the JAP stereotype is no less offensive just because the idea of the Jew as money-grubbing, conniving, selfish, malicious, and untrustworthy has been updated and put into a skirt. But we say, lighten up, historians. Maybe you just need to go shopping. At 30, Lauren turns into a Jewish mother, sold separately, programmed with many familiar and endearing exclamations, including, well, don't worry about me, and you're too busy to call your mother? Because of popular demand from other ethnic groups, Lauren also comes in BAP, Black American Princess, CAP, Chinese American Princess, and IAP, Italian American Princess, all fully accessorized. So buy one now.
Raised in the back seat of a pickup truck,
It was a Ford and made in America, thank you very much.
where she listened to country music and learned how to spell important words she would need later in life, like
DOVIRCE.
I spelled it wrong. That makes me feel like perfect.
Carmen Miranda. What came first, the woman or the stereotype? In her last roles, Carmen Miranda played a prodigy of herself, mouthing lines from or what have become. Scripts continue to be, I don't know. Once lured to the U.S., American-style success was too much to resist. She returned to Brazil over twice after her death. Although her public persona was relatively ambiguous. No, she don't die yet! No!